Good day, everyone. Welcome to FCM Live, presents Championing Our Communities. I'm your host, Jerry Kainkoy, TFCC founder and president. It's a beautiful Sunday evening here in Calgary, and my guest for tonight is all the way from Vancouver. Without further ado, help me welcome our guest, Mr. Kevin Padillo. Kevin, how are you tonight?
Hey, what's happening, everyone? Hello,
How's
my fellow
Vancouver once
kabayan.
again? I'm asking you that question. How's Vancouver?
Vancouver is beautiful. Such a beautiful site, and there's beautiful people here. Kind of chilly, but I'm warm inside.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
uh, it's been snowing here. Actually, it's been very windy overnight, and even this morning we still feel the strong winds. But anyway,
Okay.
tonight is another wonderful discussion on our platform here on FCM Live, which is in relation to the vision of the Filipino Champions of Canada, which is championing our communities. So with me is Kevin Padillo. This is not his first time on this segment. This is actually his second time, and he has attended some of our events. So it's good to reconnect with Kevin Padillo because I know that he has some great updates for us tonight. So before we dive into our interview, I'd like you, Kevin, to tell us briefly first about yourself for our audience. What's changed from the time you first guested on FCM Live?
Oh, but like so many things have changed. I know our podcast was, I think, in 2019. I think it was a summertime,
Mm-hmm.
and in that last span of a year and a half, I started a new company. I partnered up with some great influencers. We've made already six figures in revenue,
Mm,
and we our business has expanded. I've moved. I'm understanding more about myself and my mission, and above all, I get closer to God. I'm
that's
trusting God
awesome.
more. That's the
Yeah,
number one.
that's awesome. Yeah, so briefly, can you
Yeah.
give us in a nutshell what you do as the president of the Warrior Group of companies?
Sure, Paul. Yeah, so the Warrior Group of Companies, it's a group of companies, it's an umbrella, and we have several organizations that I'm a part of that we are building. The main one is called Leads on Demand. That is one of our current focuses. That is a lead generation company. We have also the Leader's Voice, which is a PR agency for churches, coaches, and charities. And we also have Warrior Leadership, where we strengthen young men and help them build leadership skills for the world. Yeah,
Awesome. You seem to be really doing very well in
driven.
what you do, and your energy is really contagious. But let's dive into our
Thank you.
present situation right now. In the midst of pandemic, as we all know, this pandemic has been
Yeah.
unprecedented. It has turned the world upside down, and we've been faced with so many challenges. But what has been the most challenging for you, and how have you overcome it?
I think the biggest thing that we've overcome, the biggest challenge is, I would say, cash flow. We had some weird issues with cash flow and employees and staff, and I think deep down it came to commitment and focus. Um, yeah, a couple things that was the biggest challenge was where I was getting focused. I was losing focus, and I know as an entrepreneur I can get so super distracted. And when I get distracted in my business and I'm doing so many different tasks, I forget the core. And then with that, it impacts the team, it impacts the mission. Um, that's one of them. That's
All
one of
right.
them.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely it has been very challenging for everybody, and it has impacted everyone. And as they
Yeah.
say, this pandemic does not recognize your status or where
Yeah.
you came from. It just affects every one of us. So thanks for
Agree.
sharing that part of your
There's
business
actually something else,
operation.
but I think there's more. There's more challenges we faced. We had a staff of 30 people, and we had to downsize a bit. And
Mm-hmm.
They were all Filipino staff in the Philippines. We were working with some amazing staff. Very grateful for them. They worked so hard, and our team experienced some weird roadblocks, um, some weird challenges. It was very frustrating for us, and we had to downsize and um, kind of
And
repivot, change.
specifically, how did you overcome it? Like, are you
Yeah.
still working on it, or you've already passed that stage?
We're still working on it. You know, every day is a new journey. So
Mm-hmm.
we're still working on it, and things are going great from here. It's, I guess I'm learning, and I guess God put it in the He put it in my path for a reason. So
Yeah.
grateful.
But with your passion, with the energy that you have, and with your talent, I'm sure you will be able to overcome this.
I
Okay,
agree.
so things have
I agree.
changed basically, and we now call it as a new normal. New normal because one of the things that has changed is that we don't get to meet a lot of people now in person,
Yeah.
and there's so many restrictions now as compared to how we lived before. So give us an idea. How's the new normal like for you in your own world, in your own business, in your own situation? And what significant lesson you've learned out of this pandemic?
You know, the new normal, I've had to really struggle with that. This might be a controversial way to look at it, but I I understand people are getting sick, but I am not phased by this virus. Um, I don't wear a mask. I feel like a lot of people are following a lot of being told what to do and how to live, and it's a 99% survival rate. So I'm okay. I'm a strong and I'm healthy, and
But
I'm still focused. Yeah,
yes, I do think that you know, I do think that each and every one of us has a responsibility as well, not only for ourselves but for other people. So how do you make sure that let's put it this way? How do you make sure that you are protecting yourself or you're protecting others?
I pray.
Okay. All
I
right, so
pray.
let's put it that way. Yeah, faith is
Yeah,
pretty much a big part of our life as Filipinos, and I do understand that too.
but I
So
also
let's just
there's also one more part. Like there's it's not just prayer. I think I have to also respect what other people want, because I
mhm.
know that everyone wants to feel safe, and as a leader, my job is to make sure people feel safe. Especially if people they don't feel comfortable if I don't have a mask, or if I'm close to them, I have to respect other people, especially if I take the train or if I'm in a spot and people don't want me standing close. I, I have to respect and understand what people need. So yeah, I'll yeah, I'll follow the
Yeah.
rules. It's just I have trouble following rules.
Mhm.
I guess that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about respect. It's all about really being responsible because
Yeah.
in this time we've always heard about we are all in this together, right? We
Yeah.
are all in this together. We live in a world and we belong to one village. We are not disconnected from one another. We belong to one another. We belong to one village, one world. So I guess as leaders, we have to take responsibility and ensure that we protect ourselves, follow the
Yeah.
rules, and also protect others and respect others. Anyway,
Yeah.
there are so many issues that has been highlighted in various areas out of this pandemic. What social issue are you advocating or championing as a result of this pandemic? Or what is something personal to you that you would want to share, that you want to champion or advocate?
I really want to champion the Filipino community. I really want to stand strong with them, especially as people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know as a Filipino man, growing up here, I denied my own culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to understand now as I live here that my ancestors and my people before me have been gone through so much. My parents came here to Canada and they wanted a better life, and I became Canadian. I lived the culture, I spoke the language, and then I totally forgot my past, my ancestors. I didn't even know how to speak Tagalog or Ilocano. And as I read and I kind of educate myself, I started judging my own race, my own identity, being Filipino. Um, and I experienced discrimination. So the biggest thing that I'm looking to achieve is to really claim my power as a Filipino, to know that I have success and I want to reach massive success, and I want to help other Filipinos achieve massive success, because we're not meant to be nannies. We're not meant to serve. We're not meant to be in the Tim Hortons. We're not meant to just sit around and be the taxi drivers or the helpers or the servers in McDonald's. I believe that's not what the Filipino people want. I know there's a deeper mission inside. So I want to challenge that and bring that. Yeah.
Yes, thanks for sharing that part of you, and I appreciate your courage of recognizing that early in your life, and now you're able to work and overcome that self denial. And I
Yeah.
hope that with that recognition and understanding of who you are, it would help you to propel to greater heights and be able to champion and elevate also our fellow Filipinos. And that's basically what championing our communities in a way.
Yeah.
One of the areas that we want to advocate in our community as the Filipino Champions of Canada, that we continue to provide opportunities for our kababayans to have the platform and the space where they can grow and build that capacity to take actions or to build those leadership qualities so that they can become the best that they can be in whatever field that they choose.
I
And
agree, Paul. And I don't just think it's just the older Filipinos. I think what's important is the Filipino male, the
mm,
young man who is
mm,
experiencing a lot of things in
the
the world.
youth.
Youth, the young, yeah, the youth, especially facing drugs, not understanding where they're going in life, no having
mm,
goals, not having a driven purpose.
mm,
And I know what it's like because I know maybe there's some listening today and they're looking for something. And I know you have a son, and there's probably things they're asking, look, what do I want? What is my purpose in life? Where do I want to do? What do I want to be? Um, but what I want them to know is that our community needs us as leaders, especially male, strong, uh, young men that are leaders in their community. Nothing wrong with the women, but what I meant is men that are awake, that are strong, that can stand and protect for their country, for their people. Um, and I want to go deeper into that. And I'm still learning about that now, but that's important to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for sharing your passion on that. And really, it's important for us to, lift one another
I
and
agree.
to be the beacon of light, and to be an inspiration. It's an incredible thing to be a source of inspiration, right, for others. And our
Yeah.
experiences, our stories can help and can inspire others to
Yeah.
become better. And it's important that we are able to share our stories, not only our success stories, but also our struggles, so that they will learn from us. And part of the vision of the Filipino Champions of Canada is to be able to really provide an opportunity for our fellow Filipinos to develop their leadership qualities. Whether they're
Important.
men or women, and in whatever chosen field that they are in, that they will have that they will develop those skills, and that they will be inspired to take leadership roles and take actions, especially on issues that are very important to us, especially
Yeah.
on things that we need to improve as a community. So basically, we want a more stronger, better, and progressive community, and we want to continue to advocate and to champion different causes because we can all contribute. You know, each one of us has something to share. That's why part of the vision of the Filipino Champions of Canada is not only to connect, but also to share, because we can share, we can contribute, we have something that we can offer, and and we believe in TFCC that we have the talents, the resources, the skills, the manpower, you know, to be able to make a difference, to be able to really lead and to be successful, and to be an active contributor. We are already recognized as an active contributor in building this great nation, but there's so many things that we can still do in terms of not only advocating for our own community, but as well as the greater Canadian community. That's why the vision is championing our communities, not only building our own community, but also that we'll learn to be able to make a difference, you know, in the greater Canadian community in whatever arena, may it be in the business, in career, or even so in the political spectrum.
I
So,
think those skills are super important. I'd like to add to that as well.
sure,
That's one
sure.
thing. Is also be willing to spark things on fire.
Hmm.
Not literally, but maybe if that needs to happen, but to be willing to stir the pot and to start problems. I'm
Mm.
and from in my judgment, perhaps the Filipino people can be seen as nice and happy and pleasing, and that's great. But I believe I truly see in my own experience that we need to be also be willing to say no and to fight back and to stay strong and to, even if it needs to happen, to start problems to spark change, and that even includes conflict and protest, riot. I don't advise breaking the law, but I do advise having a strong voice um, to spread the word. And we can look at that back in, in the riots in the streets in the United States. And it, the Filipino people have been colonized for 400 years by the Spanish. 400, 500 of colonialism, Spanish people taking over the Philippines, America taking over Philippines, the Japanese trying to take over the Philippines. For the longest time, people have tried to take over our own country. Now we're mixed and all these cultures mixed into us. Where is our true Filipino nature? Our true authentic culture. And that's what I want to spark back. We're not made to serve. I don't think so. I think we're made to be strong. I know the Filipino people are warriors. If you look at Jose Rizal, I'm studying him. We're warriors deep down. So that's what I truly believe. And yeah, that's what I stand by.
All right. So,
Yeah.
you seem to really be very passionate about these things, and I can tell that, you know, you will come full circle. And in our journey, we learn each day, and we learn from our experience, and we draw strength from, uh, from what we've learned and the information that we have, because
Yeah.
information is power. And when we have the right information, we are guided by sound advice and people who have the right intentions.
Yeah.
As I've mentioned, you know, when we surround ourselves with the right people, maybe you've heard this one, that we are the average of the 5 people that we surround with, right? So, you know, we may not be able to impact so many people, but again, it's about really trying to determine where we are, what's our mission, and where we are called to serve and to do and to impact, because it's a really big world out there. And we need to be able to, you know, join forces, because each one of us have talents. We have different giftings and skills. Now, if we're able to come together and share and connect, this will give us a better, result and better impact towards our community in whatever we want to contribute. Are you still there? Hello, Eric. Are we still on? And thanks for watching. Until next time.